I share my concerns and happy surprise with a successful Dragon Con, plus you'll get a live end-of-con concert courtesy of the digital media track. There are some traditional Irish songs, a little New Orleans music, songs about hobbits, demons under the bed, cats, and a certain doctor from the planet Gallifrey. It's all in Pub Songs and Stories, show number 238. Welcome to Pub Songs and Stories. This is the virtual public house for musicians to share the stories and inspiration behind their music with your host, Mark Gunn. Subscribe to the podcast at pubsong.com. Welcome to Pub Songs and Stories. This is the virtual public house for musicians to share the stories and inspiration behind their music. I am your host, Mark Gunn, and you can subscribe to the podcast and download free music at pubsong.com. So, Dragon Con was a couple weeks back. I had an absolutely spectacular time. One of the big things about the convention was they have 42,000 people, and typically this is a convention that I end up getting sick at. So I was a little bit nervous about going to Dragon Con because, of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic. COVID is still raging. Nevertheless, I went. I took all the precautions I possibly could to staying safe and avoiding picking up anything. And after the convention ended, here I am with 2 COVID tests, both of them negative. So woohoo for the win. Plus, it was just a fun convention. Everyone there was being super respectful about the fact that we're all wearing masks. And they were just so happy to be back with everyone else and interacting. And it was just amazing. It was just absolutely amazing. This is definitely for a show that I thought was going to just be, stressful as all get out. It turned out it was, a much better, there's a cathartic relief at the end of the convention. I gotta say, I was very surprised with how everything turned out. And, I was also a little bit worried about making money there, and even that worked out great. So I am a happy camper. Let's just say that. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment. But first, today's show is brought to you by my gun runners on Patreon. I want to welcome our newest patrons, Torrin Beldevar, Hans Schutz, Samuel Wiseman, Meredith Vaughn, and Melissa McCauley. Several of these are long-time listeners of my music, and I really appreciate you supporting the Gun Runners Club on Patreon. Thank you so much. There is some new content over on Patreon. I put out quite a bit, including podcasts. There's a Dragon Con 2021 report, which is a little bit more in depth than what I'm going to go into here. There's a single, an MP3 of Nancy Whiskey, and a new song that I wrote. It's called You Are My Thor. I tell the story of how it came to be, and you can download the MP3 when you become a patron. I have 3 shows that are coming up. October 2nd, Firemaker Brewing Company in Atlanta. October 3rd, Grant Park Farmers Market, also in Atlanta. And then October 15th through 17th, I'll be at Multiverse here in Atlanta. So, we had a whole bunch of fantastic shows all weekend. Some of the highlights were definitely the Firefly Drinking Song show on Friday night. That's where, 200, 300 people gathered in a room and sang songs inspired by the TV show Firefly, and the many albums that I have released, also inspired by the TV show Firefly. Sunday night, the Brobdingnagian Bards did a Hobbit drinking song show, also a fantastic success. Although, as you'll hear in this show, there was one song that I forgot to play in that show, and I'm still kicking myself, even though I play it in this show that you're about to hear. I also had a solo show and 2 Brobdingnagian Bard shows, and again, we had bigger audiences at each of our shows, and people were just having fun. And it was awesome hearing them laugh and sing along. It was just amazing. But the final show of every Dragon Con that I've done since I think at least 2006, maybe 2005, is a live Pub Songs podcast show. It's been crazy seeing this end of con performance grow every year, because I think I talk about it again in the show, but there was like 3 people originally, and then there's 12. And then next thing you know, we have 30 people in this room, and it's just amazing. And I'm so grateful to everyone who comes and joins me for this end of convention performance. Now, this one was a little bit different. I did have a guest, Jamie Hauser, who sang with me on the album How America Saved Irish Music. She and I played together for a couple years, and I love singing with her. Our voices blend so well, so it was wonderful to have her join me. Plus, I kind of needed the help this year because at the end of the convention, my voice was all crackly and not doing really well. I was having the worst time, but I just listened back and it didn't sound as bad as I thought it was. So it was actually pretty decent. I really pushed it to the limit since it was the last performance for a few days. And I think it paid off for you, at least. For me, I was, not talking much for the next 3 days. But all in all, again, it was a wonderful convention, and it's time for me to share this year's Dragon Con. Yes, I say this year because I've shared many of these concerts each and every year. You can head on over to pubsong.com and check them all out. So without further ado, here is the 2021 live Pub Songs podcast with special guest Jamie Hauser. Is there anyone have any song requests that I might be able to pull off? I don't know if I can. I'll see if I can. I know there are. It's one that blows my voice really bad. So if I do, it'll be at the very end, and we'll see. I can drink with hot. I can sing the song. Hero, Heart of Fangorn. Okay. That one I can't pull off. That was one of Cedric's that I never have learned the lyrics to. It's a great song, though, isn't it? It really is. Anything else? Okay. We can do that. All right. I can do many of these songs. If there's something else, feel free to let me know. We're just gonna wing it. I have this, of course, is Jamie Hauser.
Hey, everybody.
You may remember her name from such CDs as How America Saved Irish Music.
You have CDs?
So we've been singing together for many, many, many years. And so we're going to sing some songs as well. I think we might start off with some songs that we know. Yeah. Hey, that's good. Okay, song we don't know. All right, we're going to play a song we don't know. You ready to sing that one?
Sure.
It'll sound beautiful because her voice goes so well with mine. All right, are we ready to kick this off? Or?
Yeah, so we're going to get on the internet. We're recording.
Okay. Oh, we're still waiting for the internet. That's fine. All right, well then, let's start off with this one. Gypsy Rover came over the hills, bound through the valley so shady. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. And then we sing, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, day-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day-day. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. She left her father's castle gate. She left her own fine lover. She left her servants and she left her state to follow a gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, day-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day-day. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Her father saddled up his fastest steed, roamed the valleys all over. He sought his daughter at great speed, and the whistling gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo, day-day, ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day-day. He whistled and he sang till the green woods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. He came at last to a mansion fine, down by the river Clay, and there was music and there was wine for the gypsy and his lady. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo-da-hey-day. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day-dee. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Well, he is no gypsy, my father, she said, but lord of these lands all over, and I shall stay till my dying day with a whistling gypsy rover. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-doo-da-day. Ah-dee-doo, ah-dee-day-dee. He whistled and he sang till the greenwoods rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Hold the microphone a little bit down so that way it pops. All right, welcome all. This is Pub Songs Podcast, year number, I don't know. Many years I've been doing this podcast, and I started in 2005, and here we are so many years later, still singing songs and whatnot, and this is just incredible. Seeing all you here again, because when I started this, I was like, it's a lark. I'll go out there, and there's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 people, and then the next year there's like 3 people, and the next year there's 7, and the next year there's 4, and then like 5 years ago, all of a sudden there's like 30 people in the audience. I'm like, whoa, what happened? Persistence, I guess it pays off, huh? And once again, this is Jamie Hauser singing with me. One of the favorite songs that we have really connected with, which helped actually bring me into. I put a CD. Called The Bridge, and I really loved the CD. It was a very personal CD. The cover, the album artwork was all painted by me with I was at my girlfriend, now wife's house. We were just doing some art together, and I painted this beautiful CD, and then we right before that, around that same time, Jamie and I were going into we went to some festival, and there was some. I remember writing a song at that point in time about some music or something, and I remember which later became a song on that CD, and but then. But then, some of we had already started singing some songs together, and one of them was a sea shanty that I wanted to sing. I had know nothing about the ocean, so I wanted to write a sea shanty, and I went to do what you do when you're a songwriter and writing songs about something that you know nothing about. You go to Wikipedia, and I scanned down, and I come across this phrase called "between the devil and the deep blue sea," and I was like, "That is awesome." And I got to write a song about that. And so I didn't, because I'm a lazy songwriter. Instead, I went to see who else might have written something on that same topic. And lo and behold, I found this song. And Jamie's like, yeah, I love that song. And then we started singing together, and everything else was, magic. I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I want to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate gives my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I want to cross you off my list when you come knocking at my door. Fate gives my heart a twist, and I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. You got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
That is such a cute song. I love that song.
Yeah. I was just thinking about you requested the Doctor Who songs, which I'm not doing right now. We'll see. We'll see if I can make it at the end. At the end. But nevertheless, Mikey Mason and I, we have a podcast together. It's called In the Verse, Song Crafting for the Firefly Universe. And we watched the first episodes of Firefly, and we wrote a song for each episode. Now we're getting ready to do a season 2, where we're going to watch other shows largely. We're going to finish it up with Serenity. But that'll be coming out very soon. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But one of the things I was noticing is, like, I think we have at least 3 Doctor Who episodes we're going to watch. So there'll be a few Doctor Who songs, maybe some that won't blow my voice. That would be wonderful. I don't know. Let's go ahead and we'll do a song request here. This is a song that I wrote for Treebeard. And the heart of, I was like trying to come up with an idea for how to write a song for an Ent in Lord of the Rings. And I was like, well, first off, you got to get that low, guttural sound and such. And did I do that last night?
That's why we asked.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
My wife was like, you didn't play that song.
Oh my gosh.
That was totally unintentional to get you to come to this panel.
Oh my God. What was I thinking? I wasn't. I don't know, man. Shame, head and shame. It just occurred to me. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't.
He's blushing a little bit.
I'm telling you, man. Well, thank you for coming to listen to the Heart of Fangorn show. So I wanted to write a song for them, and I screwed up with the show last night. So it looks like you get to play it here. Dang it. God, I'm going to kick myself all day for that. Or for the whole next year. I wanted to write a song for Treebeard, and so I ended up writing this one. It is a sing-along, and admittedly, it sounds best when 500 people are singing along at the same time. We'll make do with the 30 or so of y'all. So, so you have to sing extra loud, extra proud, and extra. Your chorus goes like this. Let me hear you. Thanks, I can't do it. Long before men tread Middle Earth, before the dwarves and elves gave birth, there lived a race for the tree's defense. In the heart of Fangorn there lived the Ents. Patient farmers, they tend the woods, guardians of stems and of roots. They hear the arbor's laments and wails, the falling axes and tearful trails. Living creatures all roam the land. Hasty judgments make careless hands. A thoughtless word from a thoughtless king. 1,000 creatures die beneath the trees. Rivers will flow, though the course may change. Birds are born and fly away. Men will come and men will go, but the ends remain through the melting snow. Long before men tread Middle Earth, before the dwarves and elves gave birth, there lived a race for the trees' defense. In the heart of Fangorn there lived the ends. Thank you so much for that, for bringing it up and singing it with me, because I literally have been waiting to sing that song, and I can't believe it. And now we have to make up for it next year. We'll have to do it a couple times during the con. Who else is just thrilled that we had a convention this year? I have been on cloud nine. There, the crew's asking, so what did you think? Did you think everything went well? I was like, it was spectacular. I can't think of anything. I mean, okay, sales were a little bit down. Who cares? I mean, I just had so much fun. And it was just great to be here with all of you singing the songs. The Firefly show was brilliant. The Hobbit show was brilliant. All these incredible shows and the interactions, and you still get the costumes, and look at all of you people with your smiley faces. It's just, I can't see because you're wearing masks, but you're wearing your mask, so that's awesome. It's like one thing after the other. It's just been absolutely spectacular. And so I want to thank you also for doing that. We're going to sing an old Spanish song. You ready to introduce this song, Jamie? Ahí Hello. Oh, sorry.
It's actually
Ivy's.
a very old medieval
I
song.
totally knew this.
But I'm just in the medieval part. He'll translate it for you so you know what it's about. It's basically about a fox and a hare and a wolf, and they're dancing. And it's probably because they ate the last of the rye at the bottom of the barrel, and they got ergot poisoning, so they were hallucinating. But it's a real, and nobody really knows exactly who wrote it, but it's a way fun song. So.
There's a long history of musicians eating things and not remembering and writing, hallucinating. I saw the wolf, the fox, and the hare. I saw the wolf and the fox dancing. I saw the wolf, the fox, and the hare. I saw the wolf and the fox dancing. All three circled around the tree. I saw the hare, the fox, and the wolf. All three circled around the tree. Circled around the sprouting bush. Here the whole year is filled with work to earn a few pennies. Here the whole year is filled with work to earn a few pennies. And the whole month I didn't earn anything. When I saw the wolf, the fox, and the hare, there is nothing left for us anymore. I saw the hare, the fox, and the wolf. Here the whole year is filled with work to earn a few pennies. Here the whole year is filled with work to earn a few pennies. And the whole month I didn't earn anything. When I saw the wolf, the fox, and the hare, there is nothing left for us anymore. I saw the hare, the fox, and the wolf. I saw the hare, the fox, and the wolf. I saw the hare, the fox, and the wolf.
You find a whole bunch of different versions of that song. There's a group from out of Germany that does a real mechanical version of it, and then there's, I don't know, Volgamut does it with bagpipes. You know, it's all over the place. So now you know what it says.
So we had, what other requests? There was Dr. Gallifrey, which I'm thinking about, but someone else said? Drinking with Hobbits. Thank you. Right. What? Oh, that one. Okay. So this song is based on a true story. Like most good stories. I like to tell people about ALEP, a long expected party, which is a little Hobbit gathering in central Kentucky. And it's sort of like well, it looks like Hobbiton, basically. It looks like the Shire, the rolling hills, and it's so lush. It happens, this event usually happens every 3 years. It's all these Lord of the Rings geeks get together, and we sit around and we drink and eat and fest and party. We learn stuff about Lord of the Rings. It's absolutely amazing. If you really are a Lord of the Rings geek, you should definitely check it out. But that's not where the song comes from. Even though I mention it all the time when I'm not at Dragon Con. But when I'm at Dragon Con, I can say, okay, it was at Dragon Con. Many years ago, I think about 2004 or 5, one of those 2 years, I was out, ran into some Lord of the Rings people. They had a fan table, and they said, "Hey, you want to come out and drink with us? Go eat some food or thing." I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let's go grab a drink, sure, whatever." I don't know what we drank or how much or whatever. All I know is I was having a great time. I had a wonderful time. Hangover next morning, everything. It was just not a good plan for when you're trying to perform all weekend. And then as the evening days progressed, my voice just totally was gone. I had absolutely no ability to sing at all. Andrew, who at that time didn't sing anything in our songs, he had like one song he sang, and all of a sudden when we got to the end of it, the weekend, he's like, "Okay, it's all on you, man. I can't sing." So after that, I was like, well, I learned my lesson, sort of. As people continue to hand me alcohol all weekend long. And then we sing, "Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all." Now, you also may have, if you've listened to the Hobbit CD, there's Jamie, who does the intro parts with the wife in this song, sorry, where she's channeling, who is it, Julie Andrews? Let's try it again. "Don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all." They were thoughtful and kind when they invited me to drink. A lone human among hobbit kind. They bought me a half, then another, and one more, and told stories of days long gone by. The brew was strong, my glass never empty, as if time stood still and bare. But when I woke the next morning, I felt like old Smaug had been there. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. You may wonder how it all happened. Well, I'm still wondering what happened too. I had tea, dinner, and supper. Quite full, I thought I was through. But they insisted I come to the flagon and drink to the health of new friends. But when I got there, I made more hobbit friends, and the toast seemed never to end. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. When the sun arose the next morning, and I lifted my head from my drawer, there were beer mugs spilled on the tables, and hobbits lying next to their stools. A young hobbit lass grinned across the barroom and nudged each of my new hobbit friends. And then sometime after second breakfast, we all started drinking again. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. I left Hobbiton a few days later. My head, it was swollen and sore. It felt like a dwarven anvil after a terrible war. I don't think I'll ever recover from the food, the drink, and the cheer. And I swear I'll never drink with hobbits again. At least till I see you next year. Oh, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. No, don't go drinking with hobbits. Sure, you'll have a grand time all night long. But if you go drinking with hobbits, my friends, you may not want to wake up at all. Thanks so much. All right, let's do a lullaby. It's a song that was written by Daniel Glasser, and I picked it up many years ago and decided I needed to sing the song. It's very appropriate too, because I do have two daughters, and so actually I put it on Kilted for Her Pleasure, that CD, and I recorded it for that, and then a year later, I had my first daughter, so I got to sing the song to her, and she loves this song. She falls right asleep. Close your eyes and sleep. There are demons in your dreams. Go to sleep, my darling. There's a demon underneath your bed. Demons in your bed are gonna eat you up. Obviously, it was also filmed to be about Firefly. So you can have whatever you want to eat you up. Where were we? Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. Who can account for the taste of demons? The demons in your bed are gonna eat you up. I know there was something about the landmines, but I'm not remembering exactly what it is now. Can you shout it out for me? The second verse? Thank you. Okay, got it. Stay in your bed. There are landmines on the floor. The demons in your bed are gonna eat you up. You used to have a sister. She wouldn't go to sleep. Shh. So the demons underneath her bed ate her up. So I have two daughters. The oldest one, who's now 10, like I said, loves the song. She'll go right to sleep, which says a lot about her. My youngest one, though, she prefers the Reaver's lullaby, where they say, eat your face, because she likes to go, eat your face! That says a lot about her. Do not call for your mother. Who is it that you think who let the demons in to eat you up? I think I did the second verse. What's that? Sugar and spice and everything nice. Why do you think we say that? It's so the demons underneath your bed will want to eat you up. Baby, don't you cry. The demons won't wait till you fall asleep before they eat your face. My father sang the song to me, but he slipped and he fell on a landmine. And the demons underneath my bed ate him up. That is not a blanket. Good night.
These are my goddaughters.
I think this is a good time to point out that when you buy CDs, it goes to pay for their therapy when they grow up. So seriously, I just did notice though something. I put together that songbook specifically because. I put it together because I was like, well, we're doing sing-alongs, it'd be perfect for that sort of thing. I did not think of the unintended consequences, which is people can tell me the lyrics when I forget them. That is just brilliant. So, thank you. Yeah. All right. Any other requests?
Name on my soul.
Name on my soul. Okay. Anything you want to sing too? Okay.
Their request.
All right. This is a song I haven't sung all weekend too, I don't think. Did I sing it on Friday? No, I don't know. I did? Okay. But one of the great things about this song is it is a sing-along. It's got a great part that I will guide you into after the break. And it's just so wonderful and magical to have people singing along with any songs, but particularly those songs that were like written with you singing along in mind. And this is definitely one of them. I walked down a dusty old road. I didn't know what I'd find or where I'd go. Tree limbs hung low and they blocked my view.
saw you through the branches and I wished I knew ya. You wrote your name on my soul and I feel like I'm out of control. You wrote your name on my soul, that's what it is, so I'll go with the flow. We walk through fields of green as high as our knees. I think I just messed it up, didn't I? Repeat that again. We looked at each other in the shadows and I'm sure I couldn't see. You stepped closer and your beautiful face looked up at me. Welcome to Dragon Con. I took your hand and mine, we wandered off down the road. It feels so right, it's like I've always known ya. You wrote your name on my soul as we laughed as I twirled you about. You wrote your name on my soul and held your breath as I touched your mouth. Through the wheels of time we traveled the globe. As we reel through life, our adventures overflow. Our lovely crew, how our love it grew. How did you know that I would be so in love with you? We walked through fields of green as high as our knees. In the valley of love we sat beneath a tree. Our lips were red for cherries and a long kiss. We lay there for hours, the stars shone down our tenderness. You wrote your name on my soul and I saw it in the constellations. You wrote your name on my soul and my blood is pumping elation. All right, your part is coming on. It's very simple. It goes like this. Name on my soul, name on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul, name on my soul. Let me hear you. Name on my soul. You wrote your, a little louder. Name on my soul. Keep it going. A little louder. Name on my soul, name on my soul, on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul, and I don't know what you did to me. You wrote your name on my soul, but it's all that I was meant to be. You wrote your name on my soul, and I'm happier than I've ever been. You wrote your name on my soul, and our story will never end. Name on my soul, name on my soul. Name on my soul, name on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul. Name on my soul, name on my soul. My soul. Name on my soul, name on my soul. You wrote your name on my soul.
I shouldn't sit on this side of you. The strings get me.
I'm sorry about that. You didn't need that arm, did you?
No.
Okay. We'll clean up the
I'm
blood later.
Future necklace.
Right. Yeah, I have started turning all my broken auto harp strings into Celtic heartstrings, I call them, made from the broken strings of my heart. Auto harp. I meant auto harp. Yeah. Get those mixed up sometimes. All right.
Are you up to Mingulay boat song, or is that too much?
That's too much, I think. I can't pull that one. Oh.
Next time.
What's that? Maybe. Get the right key. There we go. Along the road to sweetest I, haru, haru. While on the road to sweetest I, haru, haru. While on the road to sweetest I, a stick in me hand and a drop in me high. Oh, doleful damsel, I heard cry. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. The drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. The drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. The drums and guns and guns and drums, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Where are the legs with which you run, haru, haru? Where are the legs with which you run, haru, haru? Where are the legs with which you run when first you learn to carry a gun? Indeed, your dancing days are done. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. Where are the eyes that look so mild, haru, haru? Where are the eyes that look so mild, haru, haru? Where are the eyes that look so mild when my poor heart you first beguiled? Why did you run off from me and the child? Johnny, I hardly knew ya. With your drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. Your drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. Your drums and guns and guns and drums, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. But Johnny, I hardly knew ya. You having an arm and you having a leg, haru, haru. You having an arm and you having a leg, haru, haru. You having an arm and you having a leg. You're an eyeless, boneless, chickenless egg. You'll be having to put in a bowl to beg. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. With your drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. Your drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. Your drums and guns and guns and drums, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. For to see you home, haru, haru. I'm happy for to see you home, haru, haru. I'm happy for to see you home, oh, from the island of Ceylon. So low in the flesh, so high in the bone. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. With your drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. With your drums and guns and guns and drums, haru, haru. Your drums and guns and drums, the enemy nearly slew ya. Oh, darling dear, you look so queer. Johnny, I hardly knew ya. All right. I'm gonna try. Because I know Carol would love that Mingulay Cat Song too, so we're gonna give this a shot. I love Mingulay Boat Song. It is absolutely one of my favorites, especially if you want to hear us sing Mingulay Boat Song, go watch I do a Coffee with the Celt Father every Thursday at noon Eastern. I do an internet show, and this past week, Jamie joined me for a show, and so we nailed it out of the park. That was awesome.
It's really awkward when your musical partner moves out of town, you know.
Yeah.
And so we have to do everything long distance.
Yeah. So we did that. So go check out that if you like it. But I did, of course, every now and then you're like a parody of something that you really love. probably not the best idea, but I learned the hard way when I parodied Wild Rover, and we were on stage and was trying to sing it for the first. I think it was like one of the first times I had just finally learned the cat version of it, and I'm like, I have no clue the lyrics. This is what we're playing. Andrew and I were like, okay, we're gonna play Wild Rover, and I'm playing the song, and I'm like, meow, 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 meow. And then comes the death glare.
Those icy blue eyes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost a part of myself in that day. But what I did for this one is I changed the key, and I thought maybe that'll help. And so I don't forget the original version, which so far has worked out pretty well. This one started because my youngest daughter at the time, we were getting ready to take her to a daycare, and she had a sippy cup sitting on the table, and went away, came back, and the sippy cup was lying on the floor with a puddle of juice everywhere, because one of our cats really liked to knock things off the tables. And why is that? Well, I explain it in the song. See the glass cats, watch it splash, cats. See the liquid roll off of the table. See your human in their socks, cats, as they step in the puddle you made. Little girl holds a full sippy cup, doesn't drink all of the juice up. She leaves for school, then the bottle lands with a crash. Your paws get sticky on the floor. See the glass cats, watch it splash, cats. See the liquid roll off of the table. See your human in their socks, cats, as they step in the puddle you made. Humans watching TV distracted, or they leave to use the bathroom. Jump up on the coffee table, knock the milk down and lick it up. See the glass cat, watch it splash, cats. See the liquid, let me hear you, roll off of the table. See your human in their socks, cats, as they step in the puddle you made. Ice cold glass of water at bedtime. Set it down, not far from your pillow. The time at 2 in the morning. So knock it down, then you're satiated. See the glass cats, watch it splash, cats. See the liquid roll off of the table. See your human in their socks, cats, as they step in the puddle you made. What care we if they're done drinking? What we care about is physics and motion. Tap the glass, cats, watch it jiggle. If it doesn't tip over, then knock it again. See the glass, cats, watch it splash, cats. See the liquid roll off of the table. See your human in their socks, cats, as they step in the puddle you made. How are we on time? Oh, 10, 20 minutes. Okay, give or take. All right. Any other requests you'd like to hear? Working in the garden. I can do that. Anything you want to sing too?
I'm trying to think. Let's
Okay, thank you. We only get so many times to sing together,
Yeah,
so in
it's
person.
true.
So, and apparently, I'm not going to be singing much more before you leave.
Doesn't sound like it.
So, when Don't Go Drinking at Hobbits, when that was coming together, I was in need of lyrics. I didn't have enough Hobbit songs, and was being, again, I mentioned lazy as a songwriter. I'm trying to get better. I'm still working on it. But I ended up reaching out to my friend Ree Sheridan Rose, who is a poet and a writer. And I asked her if she would send me some lyrics, and she sent me a whole bunch. She took a whole bunch of traditional Irish songs and said, how can I rewrite lyrics that would inspire hobbits? I don't know what this one was based on. But I like the idea. She was also, picking out a whole bunch of mundane, hobbity type things, like working in the garden. There's no finer place for me in all the world round than when I'm digging taters or planting in the ground, seeding in the springtime or harvesting in fall, tending vines in summer, the best times of them all. Yes, tending vines in summer, the best times of them all. I plant my corn and carrots, potatoes, herbs, and peas, sometimes watermelons and tomatoes if I please, and of course some mushrooms buried deep in bark, so they grow big and juicy, hidden in the dark. Yes, they grow big and juicy, hidden in the dark. There's nothing finer to me than working in the dirt, weeding, hoeing, planting until your muscles hurt. It's an honest labor, the finest one around. No, there is nothing better than digging in the ground. Yes, there is nothing better than digging in the ground. So come on down to visit, I'll cook you up a stew. And if you bring a coney, I'll add it in there too. Yes, if you bring a coney, I'll add it in there too.
Remembered all the lyrics.
Forgot you sang on that too. Yeah.
Well, I came up from New Orleans, so I was busy and not really looking at my lyrics before I got up here. So I don't have air conditioning yet back, so I might stay for a while.
Now we're back to Sound Dad.
Yay! Congratulations.
Yeah. All right. Other requests? Wild Rover. Okay. I'm just going to have to warn you that I'm probably going to have to sing the cat version too. I have to mix them together. It just happens to be. So you'll have to, there is a part for this. In the first part, it is a clap. 4, 2, 1, clap. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Well, I've been a wild rover for many's the year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm returning with gold and great store, for I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Well, I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom like yours, all you can have any day. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Well, I pulled from me pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskey and wine's of the best, and I'll take you upstairs and I'll show you the rest. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I pay the wild rover. No, never, no more. But I'll go to me parents and confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they'll caress me as oft time before, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Well, I've been a wild kitty for many years the year, and I found a nice pub that serves milk mixed with beer. Well, this makes me quite happy, so I'll purr with galore, for I never will be a wild kitty no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I be a wild kitty. No, never, no more. But began at an alehouse while hunting for fish. The back door was left open, some food they'd not miss. Well, the landlord, he caught me, took me out back, and he said, if you're good, I bring milk for to lap. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I be a wild kitty. No, never, no more. Well, the landlord, he brought me some milk from the bar, but he thought it'd be cute to add whiskey from the jar. Well, he laid it for me. I sniffed cautiously, and I lapped the milk down and passed out on his knee. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I be a wild kitty. No, never, no more. Well, the landlord, he took me inside to take care. When I awoke, I refused to drink milk without beer. So now every night I stumble galore. I don't land on my feet, but I'm wild no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I be a wild kitty. No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I be a wild kitty. No, never, no more. All right. I have a new CD that's coming out. It'll come out next year, but the CD is called. I had to debate whether I wanted to use that phrase, but I decided to go ahead, commit. The album is called Selcouth, which means when everything is strange and different, yet you find it marvelous anyways. Sort of like coming to a sci-fi science fiction convention. It's wonderful being in an environment where you know you fit in a little bit more. I certainly did when I was growing up. And then I found cons, and I was like, oh, okay, my people, excellent. I'm going to sing you a song that was written for the End of the Verse podcast. So if you want to find out how we came to these lyrics and the stories, you can find it if you go listen to that podcast, subscribe to it. But the song is inspired by the episode Out of Gas. In the episode, the ship, something explodes on the ship, which basically knocks out the air on the ship, and they're floating in the deep black of space. And how are we gonna survive? And so the captain says, "Well, everyone get on some boats and try to find help, and we'll see what we can do." But the air has all been sucked out. Most of the air has been sucked out. So he's like, that's the only thing option they have. And so he says, go out there, and he's taking care of his crew, because that's what Mal does. He takes care of his crew, takes care of people, the family. And he decides, he says a line to Kaylee, which he says, you want to keep breathing, don't you? And that's sort of a metaphor for the entire episode. Obviously, it's called Out of Gas, so but you want to keep breathing, and you want to keep fighting, you want to keep surviving. When things get tough, when you're having trouble, sometimes you have to take a step back and just take a deep breath and keep breathing. You want to keep breathing, don't you? Breathing in and out. Gotta remember the reason, won't you? The reason you take her out. Treat her properly, she'll be with you the rest of your days. But it all starts with breathing deeply, breathing in and out. So that's the chorus. But then if you notice, I'm pointing my hand up here. Those are the parts that I want you to let out and shout along or talk along, whatever. It goes like this. You want to keep breathing, don't you? Breathing in and out. Gotta remember the reason, won't you? The reason you take her out. Treat her properly, she'll be with you the rest of your days. But all starts with breathing deeply, breathing in and out. It all began looking past what was to what our life could be. That's where I found so much freedom and a little serenity. An explosion knocked us to the ground, but we got back on our feet. Turned back the clock to remember why and what our life could be. You want to keep breathing, breathing in and out. Gotta remember the reason you take her out. Treat her properly, she'll be with you the rest of your days. But it all starts with breathing deeply, breathing in and out. Some face life's challenges with a little bit of prayer. Others turn, face it head on, that's how they take in air. Sometimes it's sad to face what's true and try a different tack. We gotta keep on breathing, there ain't a turning back. I wanna keep breathing, breathing in and out. Gotta remember the reason you take her out. Treat her properly, she'll be with you the rest of your days. It all starts with breathing, breathing in and out. Better believe that I'll fight on through space, though I might fail. I'll boost the signal through the night, even if I'm feeling frail. When at last you answer my call, we'll fix our damaged hearts. Together we'll keep on breathing, and we will never part. You wanna keep breathing, breathing in and out. Gotta remember the reason you take her out. Treat her properly, she'll be with you the rest of your days. Oh, but it all starts with breathing, breathing in and out. It all starts with breathing, breathing in and out. Yeah, I think we have time for one more, maybe. Mostly, we'll see if I can finish through this. I don't. What do you? I'll hear your requests, but I think I know what I'm going to do. But go ahead. Well, that's what I was going to say anyway. So, what was that?
No, it's not to go.
Oh, that's very convenient. But But I've been plugging the idea of doing Doctor of Gallifrey and blowing the rest of my voice for the week. So before I do that, I should blow in it before I can't talk anymore. CDs are right here. There's also QR codes and links to my website. And I am on Patreon as well. If you enjoy my music, I put out a lot of stuff for people. Use a lot of podcasts especially, but also some music, new music every month. So go check it out. If you want to support the arts, I would greatly appreciate it. I do make a living as a musician, so every little bit helps. So, all right, we're going to try this out, see what I can pull, if I can pull this off. And the answer to this is probably no, but I'm going to... All right, we're going to work it together because you know the lyrics. So, hey, you can sing along. Doctor went back in time, confident and clever. Doctor went where he planned, well, hardly ever. Doctor goes off again with his new gal today. Strictly platonic, it's Doctor of Gallifrey. Face all the dangers, Doctor of Gallifrey. Don't blink at angels, Doctor of Gallifrey. Dressed like a cricket man and on some celery. Who's your designer? Oh, Doctor of Gallifrey. Doctor wears jackets colored like toucans. Doctor wears bow ties. He says they're cool, man. Flies a police box. Time lords get in the way. Play or recorder. Oh, Doctor of Gallifrey. You see the master, Doctor of Gallifrey. Run the big bastard, Doctor of Gallifrey. The honeymoon suite made Amy and Rory's day. Check out his unit. Oh, Doctor of Gallifrey. Doctor wears jackets colored like, I think it is. Doctor has fought with Daleks and Autons. Doctor has saved all the worlds that he's fought on, except for the one that he screwed up royally. Tell me now, Doctor, what happened to Gallifrey? Travels through time and space, Doctor of Gallifrey. Sometimes regenerates, Doctor of Gallifrey. Doesn't that scarf get hot or does it get in the way? Have a jelly baby, oh, Doctor of Gallifrey. Take on the Cybermen and be not afraid. And as with Microsoft, avoid the upgrade. They will delete or possibly something worse, just like the Borg in that other universe. Silence attack again, Doctor of Gallifrey. Daleks are back again, Doctor of Gallifrey. If there's no handicap ramp, they will exterminate. Wipe them from time itself, it's Doctor of Gallifrey. Rose is the bad wolf, Susan will keep her wits. K9's a robot, Perry has big eyes. River's reverse, Captain Jack goes every way. Here's two companions of Doctor of Gallifrey. Arthur's a doctor too, Doctor of Gallifrey. Zoe's as smart as you, Doctor of Gallifrey. Jamie, where's your trousers? I think that they are in the way. Please take me with you, oh, Doctor of Gallifrey. Thank you all so much for coming out. You are awesome. I hope you had a wonderful time. Yeah? Good time? Good. And let's do this again next year. How about it? Slime? Talk to it. Slime show. I hope you enjoyed that show. And if you did, support what you love. If the show made you happy, then join the Gunrunners Club on Patreon. Your support pays for the production and promotion of my music and this podcast. And if you have questions or comments, drop me an email and you'll save 15% if you get an annual membership. There will not be a show next week, and that's because at the end of every month, I host the Celt Father Music and Travel podcast. That's when I do a monthly update of what I accomplished over the past month. And I often have a rant on various topics to kick off the show. So if you want to check that out, go to kiltfather.com. And the next show, which was going to kick off in October, I have some psychedelic Irish music from Brazil to share right here on this podcast.
So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for listening. I look forward to being back here again in a couple weeks. Sláinte. Pub Songs Podcast is produced by Mark Gunn. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. You can subscribe and listen wherever you find podcasts. You can also subscribe to my mailing list. You will get regular updates of new music, podcasts, special offers, and you'll get 21 songs for free. Welcome to the pub at pubsong.com.